It's on. It's been confirmed. Iron Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield 3 is going to be happening May the 29th this year in Miami, according to Mike Tyson. He's announced it via YouTube, Fight Height and Fight Hub channel, saying that apart from a small fundamental difference in the contracts, the fight is on with Evander Holyfield. And Iron Mike throwing down the fight talk straight away, saying, I'm aware that Holyfield, he's a humble man and he's a man of God, but I'm God's man and I'm going to be successful. So this will be the third fight. For those of you who don't know, Iron Mike and Evander Holyfield, they first fought November the 9th, 1996. Iron Mike Tyson was a WBA champion. Evander Holyfield at the time we fought washed up. And Evander got a victory over Mike Tyson, 11th round stoppage. Mike gave Evander Holyfield his credit for the fight, but he complained of headbutts. The rematch happened June 1997. And this time, Iron Mike was disqualified in the third round. So in Evander Holyfield TKO, Mike bit Evander Holyfield's ear and complained of being headbutting. For that, Tyson was banned for 18 months and fined $3 million. And after that, really the demise of Mike Tyson's boxing career. Until recent times, he's now come back as an old fighter with his Legends Only League, and he fought Roy Jones to a draw November last year. Many thought Mike Tyson won, but it was declared a draw. And now he's fighting Evander Holyfield for the third time. About 2 weeks ago, Evander Holyfield was being interviewed by Tony Robbins on Tony Robbins' channel. Tony Robbins, he's a personal development, self-help guru. And his exact words were that he's in shape, and he's in shape for a fight, and he wants to fight Tyson, but he will only fight Mike Tyson if Mike wants to fight him. He's not going to be a bully. So Evander's in shape. He's been training. Mike's in great shape as well. There also has been a video on the Hot 97 radio channel saying that according to Holyfield's camp, the fight is off because Mike wouldn't agree terms. And they then went on to talk about Mike's having some sort of contractual problem with his with a TV network or an app called Triller. So look out for more developments. But how do you see the fight going? I mean, in the first fight, Mike kind of, in my opinion, kind of gassed out and was a bit one-dimensional. Evander Holyfield looked stronger in the clinch, and he was able to basically persevere and sort of like break Mike down and get the stoppage. And it kind of seemed that Mike had kind of rushed the Holyfield fight coming out of prison, thinking that Evander was washed up. But in hindsight, obviously, we're all geniuses in hindsight. But in hindsight, Evander had a lot of tough fights while Mike was in prison against Rick Bowe, 3 fights against Bowe, 1 fight against Ray Mercer, a fight against Michael Moorer. So he was battle hardened whilst Mike was in prison. He came out and he fought Buster Mathis, Peter McNeely, Frank Bruno, Bruce Seldon, and they were all quite easy fights, and none of them were top contenders, even though Frank Bruno was a champion. So how do you see this fight going? Is Mike mentally in a place now where he's willing to persevere? I kind of get this feel. I said this to a friend when he fought Roy Jones, but I said that I don't think Mike's coming back for money. I think he's coming back because he knows deep down that when he fought Evander Holyfield, and from the Holyfield fight onwards, he kind of let himself down. And I feel that he wants to redeem himself by coming back and giving his all. And that's why I think he came back. I don't think he came back just for money or for media attention. He's come back fighting for himself. Deep down, he wants to prove to himself that when stuff gets tough, he can really dig down and bang away. Because if we're being fair, Mike was fantastic, in my opinion, all-time great heavyweight, but he never really had a tough fight where he had to come back and get off the floor and beat someone. He never had that. Do you know what I mean? He did have some tough fights. Tucker was fairly tough. Ruddock was a tough fight, but he was always on top. The fights that were really tough, Douglas, Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, he never found a way to sort of like to be on the downslide and then overturn things. So give me your thoughts. Tyson versus Holyfield 3. What's Evander got left? I mean, he is looking small. He's not as big as he looked back when he fought Tyson last time. And Tyson still has got that thick, broad set. So is Evander strong enough to hang with Mike? I mean, Evander is 3 years older. Please do like, share, and subscribe. This is Mark Sterling Boxing. Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield 3. Look out for more news coming shortly. All right.